So here we are. Thank you so much for joining us, peoples, friends, compatriots.
Behold, the amazing autumn. Yes, yes.
And
Hi,
I'm
y'all.
so delighted that Midori is here with me to do this little adventure.
Yeah, this came into existence because I have a lot of corsets. None of which, no, most of which I can't wear because I'm not 30 anymore. I'm 55. This is what 55 looks like, y'all.
Round of applause, right?
However, my back and my shoulders are broader because I've been working out, not quite like the aerial stuff you've done, but I've been working out and I'm not 30 anymore. So I'm looking at all these corsets that I have, gorgeous corsets, right? And then I'm looking at them all sad and I'm like, I gotta get a new one. I should just get a new one. And then I'm like, okay, if I'm gonna get a new one, there's this whole process to getting a corset made that seems kind of mysterious, right?
Kind of intimidating for a lot of people,
Yeah,
right?
isn't it?
Right. And I'm gonna guess, I mean, we came up together in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Like I remember the days in our living room, our work room, which was, had been a living room, and just like throwing ideas around.
Yep.
And like I learned from Midori a lot of things about really how to go about stuff.
Crayon on paper placemats and
Yeah.
drawing. Also would be like a page out of John Willie's Bizarre magazine. And it's like, I would look at those for inspirations, but a lot of ideas tossing around. So wanted to share with the Kickstarter and Patreon people about what this whole process is. And Kickstarter people, hello, I will be going to New Orleans. Don't have details yet, but yes. So anyhow, so I'm having actually a corset made that will fit me now with my body now. And whatever body you got will fit you. And they'll make a corset that's right for you. And a properly fitted corset, a lot of benefits to it, right? So figure drag you along for this process. Yep. And you get to see what it's like.
Cool.
So somebody asked if I'm making a chatty chat. That's funny. If I'm having this made for a special event. No, I'm not. I'm having to rebuild my collection because I have a gorgeous collection, y'all. Gorgeous collection. I know that there's a few corsets that I'll be keeping, even if.
Tell me you're gonna keep the corset dress.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell
That's
yeah.
going to the DNA, right?
Yeah, there's a full case for it. I don't have a corset I can wear right now. Yeah. I have like a cincher that I have worn all the way wide. So I was going through the website. If you haven't been through the website, y'all, it's like, I want all of them. I can't have all of them. I need to start with one. I need to start with one. So looking at this from rebuilding the collection, and sure, my mind went wandering off to fantastical outfits and things that surely I will need to. But
we're absolutely going to need fantastical outfits because events are happening, and we're going to have a party. Yeah, we're totally going to have a party next year. It's going to be amazing.
And to have an outfit at a party, you need to plan ahead. So, okay, so let's say there's a date for a party. How far ahead for Bespoke Corset?
If you want something super fancy, give us 6 months.
6 months. So start thinking now for 2022 party season.
So Emily is asking a great question.
Yeah.
It would be thrilling if you could speak about this because we know I'm very shy.
Okay, let's see. Oh, corsets and sex. Okay, so corsets and sex. Depending on the design of corset you have made, it'll put pressure on your lower belly. Okay, like below your belly button, but
this whole area is compressed
and above your pelvic bone. And for those of us who have what's called the G spot, but really it's like a zone. Okay, wherever you are right now, and if you're at work and listening to this on a headset, you can actually do this like totally fine. Press against that spot that if you have like, imagine if your bladder's full, that's where your cat will always step on you. You know?
I know exactly what you're talking
Okay.
about.
And then like press in. Press in. Or go to your hip bone, right where your hip bone is, and go right inside the hip bone. Okay, imagine you're going at it doggy style. This is where the fingers, the grab point, right? Like press in there and kind of rotate it around and notice the different ligament tension. And if you're paying close attention to whatever bits you got, you're gonna notice that the ligament tension here or the G-spot or P-spot, okay? You'll notice a pressure on it, which will enhance the sensation, right? So when you're shagging, if any of y'all like facing down and having, or like having a pillow here, it gives that extra pressure to G-spot, P-spot. So what's happening with the corset is there's already, instead of having to find a convenient wall to smush up against,
The wall is that convenient.
right? Or, you know, those like weird, seemingly useless pillows that are called bolsters, like,
Yeah,
you know,
very useful.
those are awesome to shag over. But with a corset, it's already there. Right,
Little known fact.
right, so.
You heard it here.
Okay, and with the corset going right over the, depending on the style, right over the hip bone, it'll give that little extra pressure. Now you know.
We need to talk about your
Yes,
corset
yes.
because nobody is made of time.
Okay, great. So, all the things I want, but I am thinking underbust. I want to be able to wear it for form shaping, but something that I can also put over a clothes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and so starting with something to build my collection back up again.
Super. Yeah. You know what we're going to do, just because this is often a way that I proceed in a consultation, is I'm going to try a ready-to-wear corset on you. But I think when we were doing most of our work together, I didn't really have a ready-to-wear, not really collection. Look at, those are top to bottom, those are all different styles.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so many now.
Fantastic.
So we're going to start there and then kind of get a feeling for what feels
I
good.
should have worn something a little more fitting, friendly. I do have a decent underwear and I am wearing tights. So,
I don't think anybody that's watching knows.
okay. On, off, what's the vote?
Off, please.
All right. There you go. All right. What's the difference between a medical corset and a standard one?
It's mostly about, we won't tell. Thank you. It's mostly about your actual needs. So if you are somebody that needs support for your bones, for your ligaments and joints, etc., then the corset that you might be getting is going to be specifically made for that. And then we tend to use a very durable cotton, so durable, breathable, comfortable.
Okay.
Usually I ask before I put my hands on you. Okay, thank you. Okay, so
Prior consent.
exactly so. Thank you. Okay, so. I'm gonna laugh and say, oh, well, this will do.
You know, I hadn't realized that you know what I was fitted for recently and required much measurement and adjusting? My backpacking backpack.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was at REI doing something like this, but fully closed. So. And I found out that apparently, according to them, I'm short torso. Never really thought about that.
Neither of us is tall.
Yeah. But then, you know, backpacks are usually made for like big lads. Like as if we
Yeah.
don't go backpacking, what?
Yeah.
You know?
It's excellent.
Yeah.
Lots of petite backpackers. How's this all feeling?
Ah, feels good. Oh God, it's nice to be done. You know, I stopped wearing corsets after Homeland Security instated the high level of security, and I was traveling so much more with teaching, and my tour teaching was really taking off. And it got really just cumbersome explaining because I used to tight lace.
Oh, yeah.
And, oh, you know, I'm wearing a back brace or whatever that came up that I
We
explained.
are currently developing a TSA, a no metal corset. We're
Ooh.
developing a no metal corset.
Ooh, for those of us who travel,
Yeah,
because boy, that was a
exactly.
pain in the ass.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, so, yeah, one way that, like, if you were someone other than Midori, I would say, this looks great. Yes, please try sitting down. How does that feel? Oh, it's the right length.
Yeah,
Good.
almost feels a, let's see.
Just at the edge of too long.
Yeah, here, okay.
Bending over, important.
Yeah.
Bending over bolster, important.
Yeah, a little bit, step, a little bit into
Yeah,
my,
just in the top
Yeah.
of your legs.
yeah,
Like half an inch.
right here is fine. Right here is great, because
Okay.
my little, I live well pooch. My life lived well. Okay, but it's just here.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is great.
Got it. Yeah, and at the side too.
What other range of
Like
motion
right
should
here.
I do?
It's the perfect height up to your bra line.
Yeah.
Actually, pretty good. So I would probably, like, if we were going to do a personalized cincher pattern for you, I'll have you be in it a little bit longer. And because, as we know, bodies adjust, and because your body has experience being tight-laced, it's probably going to adjust pretty fast.
Yeah. Explain tight lacing.
So tight lacing, wearing a corset frequently, laced until you kind of can't lace, as opposed to waist training, which is kind of a more frequent, slightly gentler, a little more gradual sort of lacing. I inadvertently sort of waist trained by frequently tight lacing at events because I was working at so many events, and it was, you know, great sales tool to just be able to have a waist much smaller than I would normally, because I would do basically an 8-inch reduction.
Yeah. And I know that I've got quite a lot of, at one point I had quite a lot of plasticity. So what I discovered with tight lacing is it doesn't permanently change your body, right? Your body just gets used to, it's kind of like yoga. You don't suddenly walk around in like a permanent down dog, because that'd be awkward. Right? Or like whatever, the tree pose or whatever, right?
None of it.
No, it just means that you're like a lot more bendy. Because man, this city would be full of like people crawling around in down dog permanently. Just imagine that. So like tight lacing, it doesn't like, you know, change your shape permanently, right? It's just, you just get a lot more, have more range.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And that is really what waist training is the length of your core muscles. It's not that they are weakened, it's that they're lengthened.
So when you're coming in for a fitting, wear the shoes and other undergarments that like bra, because
yeah, if you're going to get an undervest corset, definitely wear the type of bra you're likely to wear with it. That will make our life much easier.
And because this is for potentially regular wear or not like bridal, I want to be able to wear this anytime, right? So I need to do this with my favorite regular bra. This is one of my favorite regular bras. It's different if it's like bridal or a special occasion or over bust, or like, oh my God, the tailored stuff, the very masculine corsets you've been doing.
Thank you.
Gorgeous. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. And now we got.
So I would still, right, so different levels of purchase that we usually do. We do personalized ready to wear, where I would make notes about how this is fitting you, and then we would just make your corset done. Because we're working together on something that's a little more personalized for you, I do want to actually start with measurements, and then we're going to do a couple of mock-ups to make sure that it is perfect. perfect in every way. And as you pointed out, having the right amount of height back here, I'm gonna measure for a little bit higher there, so the corset will kind of scoop up like this even.
So you said about ready-to-wear versus personalized ready-to-wear versus bespoke. What's the difference?
So there's ready to wear, which is if you said, you know what, this waist cincher is perfect, I'll take it. And you wouldn't even have to take it off your body, you just pay for it.
And you have a lot of ready-to-wear.
We do, yeah. We have almost one of, we have a selection of our many sizes and styles and fabrications. I think we have, I don't know what the iteration, like 1,000 something different possibilities with size. I'm gonna check your chat. Somebody asked a wrong question.
Okay.
Well, plus size corsets, how do you comfortable? Is there a style that covers the I live well area? So it's not underneath the bottom of the corset. That makes total sense.
You like the term "I live well"?
Yes, yes, this part. Mostly, yes. It really depends on just how well you've been living. Because with some people, there's enough that's sitting that you couldn't have a corset long enough to cover everything and still be able to sit. But for most people, we really are making a corset that's long enough to encompass. I call mine my roof pouch. Not that I've ever had a little roof, but and one of the tricks that I do when I'm putting my corset on and it's still loose, I actually reach my hand inside my corset and grab a handful of my skin, we'll call it skin, and pull, just kind of slide everything up. Then I keep my abs engaged and then I tighten. And it keeps the lower part here a lot smoother than it would be otherwise.
I'm liking what this is doing on the front side. Yeah,
It's
I
pretty
like
good.
it, yeah,
Pretty good for ready to wear, huh?
yes, yes. Your emergency dress up.
Right, so then personalized would be, if you said, this feels pretty good, but it's actually a little bit too big for my hips, which is the case for you. You don't need quite as much room in the hips as we're giving you. Height is great, so we would make one that's a little bit shorter, a little bit narrower in the hips.
So this is
and
kind of
then
like,
you would have it in about a month.
so it's like the equivalent of, have a shirt with shorter sleeve and the pants hemmed up just a bit.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly so. And then bespoke is where we discuss the design a little bit more. And then I take the measurements and then we create a mock-up prototype. And then we make the corset after we've done all the pattern changes.
So with your measurements?
Sure. Okay. Okay. Any other questions while we're doing that and hydrating?
Tightening and untied.
Always loosen your corset before you attempt to take it off because the front closure, this is called the busk, this is kept closed with tension. So if there's still tension on it, you might not be able to unhook it. One of the tricks, if you ever get stuck with the middle one hooked, you can hook the bottom one and that takes the pressure off the middle and then you'll be able to undo.
In terms of dressing myself, I'll often use a doorknob to hook. Yeah, doorknob to hook.
We can
the
show you
lacing
what
on.
she's talking about. Here, put it back on. Okay, so you will imagine I am an open door.
And the loops are in the middle, not at the top or not the bottom. This isn't like
Step back a
tennis,
little
this
bit
is
and
not
then-
tennis shoes.
There we go, then you're not with a black background. So open door, these are, imagine these are doorknobs and then Midori is just gonna walk forward. And that is that. And because there's continual tension on the laces from the doorknob, she can reach back to deal with this stuff at the top. And then you just kind of spin the lacing around the doorknob.
And if I don't feel like tying in the back, I have enough lace to tie it off the hole. Ooh. Ooh, did I say naughty? Explain to me why. Why is that naughty?
So if you do, what she's saying is tie the laces here. That's
I want
only-
you all to know that everyone in the shop just about had a heart attack. Did you hear that gasp? Oh my God, I committed a
Women
faux pas.
gasped. And at least two were watching. So you can do this, but only if you don't want your corset to last a really long time. Because what it does is the ribbon rubs on the lining casings, and it also does additional pressure over the bones, and that is how you can potentially snap a bone.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
I did not know.
Yes,
Now I know.
You know, and there are photos of me with my laces wrapped around my waist, because I love that you could get an additional like ½ inch by doing that, but then I
Okay.
noticed that I was having to replace my bones. So, and it's easy for me. I'm a corset maker. I can just, go to the sewing machine, grab a piece of boning.
So y'all saw my front with the corset, right? I'm gonna fully relax for y'all. And it's not like I often do this, okay? So just like,
Oh,
shut up.
Midori.
Okay, I'm gonna fully relax. There we go. Okay, and then to that. So look what I do for you and what you get out of being on my Patreon. Okay, what I do for you. I let my happy pooch hang happy.
A happy pooch. Super. Okay, we appreciate you and your pooch. It is true. Okay, I had my sexy red pencil over here. Here it is.
Perfect.
Okay, and then I'm gonna have you, yeah, here we go. And because measurements are always between the corset maker and her tape measure, not even necessarily the client, we're gonna face this way, and I'm just gonna write this stuff down. But y'all will see how very many measurements I take. So that's one, and this is another one. Dust bunnies on my pencil, gross. And we're gonna do this just in case you decide maybe you want it over this person instead. Why can you kind of drop your arms onto the tape measure? Thank you. And then I measure your hips 3 inches below your waist.
There's no way one can measure oneself like this.
Truly not.
I tried to get my spine measurement before getting my backpack and got it wrong.
Oh, how could you?
Yeah.
My favorite place to buy clothes, because of course I don't have to myself anything, is eShopKey, because they make to measure. Oh, come on, more than.
Oh, I think that's right. They make some variations on dresses, with different collars.
Exactly,
Yeah,
so you can get the
Okay.
length you want, and the,
I've seen them, and so, yeah, all right.
I'm a fan.
So you all saw the difference it made in shape without actually, I was completely comfortable.
Okay. I want to know exactly how I want to make it.
All right, so.
Yeah, exactly, yeah, super.
Somebody said, I don't know why, but the process of measuring is giving me ASMR kind of tingles.
I think we've talked about this. I want someone to, because I'm not able to create ASMR video of the getting dressed process.
Oh, yes. Y'all are getting to see Midori in the raw, right? Yeah,
Okay, that is enough of that.
okay. We got all
Thank
the
you.
measures we need?
We did.
And what other measures do you take for what purposes?
So I took this measurement,
Mhm.
in case we decide to do a corset with straps. I took measurement, from here to here again, if we decided to do something with straps, so we would know exactly how wide this needed to be. I get your back length, just for kind of proportions. Yeah. Just in case we want to cut.
Anything else? in it?
Nope, okay, that is it. That is all.
Reverse split piece. What material style are you thinking of?
I think it sounds like we're talking about something at least in length, similar to,
Thank you.
similar to what you had on.
Mhm.
You probably want something different than black cotton.
Yeah, yeah. So now for the fabric, okay, we got the style. We did. We now have the style. What is the style called?
We're going to do a bespoke version of the cincher, sort of. I like more pattern pieces as opposed to less. So the cincher, our style that is called the cincher, has 4 pieces per side. That's the least number we do. I like 5 or 6. So our underbust version of corset with 6 pieces is called the underbust Victorian. And so that means that we only like a fancy thing. So there's a seam here, a seam here, a seam here, one here, here.
So that contours the 3-dimension better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so everything's smoother.
Okay.
So because we have curves all the way through here,
Mhm.
and if you only have a seam here, then there are these other flat spaces that can end up kind of wrinkly.
Right. I've seen that in like
Yes.
just, well, cheaply made costuming ones.
So more seams means smoother.
So I'm looking for something I can wear under for shaping under a dress, right?
You know
Or-
what I really love is we call it the risque,
Oh, the sheer one.
sheer one.
Oh,
I feel like that's something
Is
that
that-
you would get a lot
Yeah.
of. use
Because then I can also, if I wear something underneath, I have a kind of a 1940s inspired pant jumpsuit,
Mhm.
yeah, it's kind of like a comfy pajama.
So as you can see right through it. And if you're wearing it over, black. yeah, if you're wearing it over black, it looks like a black corset that's kind of shiny. If, for example, you're wearing a print, so this is going to be, I think, really large on you.
No,
so
just
these
the
three.
fabric, so we see the effect of the sheer. And that sheer is strong enough.
The sheer is stronger than this.
No kidding.
No
Okay, so you
kidding.
can see the
Yeah.
pattern of the,
Isn't that fun?
and my little pantsuity thing, jumpsuit, it's a cobalt blue. Beautiful.
Yeah.
I had to shorten because it was made for like somebody who was like a Danish height or something. I had like a train and pant leg. All right, I like the sheer.
Yeah,
That
I
works.
feel like that's something that you're gonna get
Yeah.
a lot of use out of. It's also lightweight, and like thin lightweight.
And
too.
it's stronger than silk.
It's stronger than silk. Yeah, we one of our clients actually did some product testing for us. We didn't realize that's what they were up to, but they're a waist trainer, and after maybe 6 months of some serious wearing, I'm going to say not waist trainer, but tight lacer, they brought their corset in, and the mesh, impeccable. The silk was just shattered. Because like they had been wearing it under their clothes, so the silk is just getting worn away.
And silk is strong.
Silk is very
Yeah.
strong.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was fascinated to know that the mesh was that solid. So
Okay.
I can with great confidence say that the mesh is fierce.
So we have the style, we have the bespoke shape, we have the material.
Yep.
What else do you need to know?
That's all I need to know.
What else do you need to know?
What colors? Oh, I'm just assuming you want black. Do you want to?
Are there options?
There are options.
Okay.
Very good. So in addition to, yeah, we don't have examples of everything, but so there's the black on black, like I just showed you. We do them from time to time in different iterations of our naturals collection, which are all of, we do as many skin tones as we can possibly find matches for.
You know, so when we finally have visitors from Orion, you're gonna have to get green.
Yes, yeah, I'm all about it.
Yeah. And if you know that reference, you may live long and prosper.
Ooh, this one,
I'm kind of liking that, because the black and the beige, or what do
we call it fawn.
fawn. Okay,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, we call this one fawn. That'd probably be a great color for you. You
Yeah,
and I
just
have a
like
similar
similar.
skin tone.
Yeah.
Skin tone, because you're also.
Okay.
Yep.
There we go. And then with the dress,
Yeah, it actually affects the color a little bit less than the
Yeah.
black did.
and with the skin, there we go. It's quite saucy. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Liking that.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
We also offer this.
Thank you for asking.
Yeah. We also offer the fawn with red and black with red. We don't offer red and red because that's a little bit Photoshop.
Okay. You mean,
So this is
fawn,
fawn, and then this would be
black. I'm going for the black. Yeah.
great.
Okay.
And then just so other people know what this process is like, when we do bespoke work, we usually break the price up into 3 payments. So you do a third down at the first fitting, and then more at your next fitting, and then the balance when you pick it up.
I also saw something as I was cruising around the site that a corset savings account. Okay,
Right.
explain.
So I came up with the idea for this long ago, before this was a possibility on a website, because a young woman I knew would get these itches to buy a corset, and then she'd buy some cheap thing because she had $100, and she was always throwing it away because she had been training her waist, and corsets just weren't out for it. And I said, every time you get that itch, put that $100 like somewhere that you can't get at it. And she's like, I there's nowhere. And then our fabulous website host said, well, you can do recurring deposits. Like, brilliant, corset savings account. So you choose to just have anywhere from as little as $25 on up to whatever amount, like you're saving to have your whole wedding party costumed or something like that. You just have a chunk of money taken from your account at the same time every month, just like every other recurring thing that we do. And then you let us know what corset you're saving up for. You're also informed every month of what your balance is, I believe.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when you're getting close to, for example, if you're saving up for a bespoke corset, you might say, I've got enough for a third down now. I'm ready to come in or call you up and send my measurements in so I can get my bespoke corset started. And then time passes, and then more is accumulated, and then
Nice. And
like that.
I also saw in the corset section next to like the savings account, right? The recurring deposit, that there were places for making deposits, just chunks of it, and gift cards.
And gift cards.
Yeah.
You can
Very
send a gift
smart.
card to Midori if you want to.
I won't say that. This was nice to get to share this with you. It was really just an impulse, and you said yes, so yay.
Thank you.
Bye.
Have a fantastic weekend. Make good choices.